evening. Welcome to our 2020 Parent Night. My name is Stacy Almaraz, the proud principal here at La Joya Community High School. As you know, the start of our school year looked a little different than that of a normal traditional school year. Logging onto a computer and learning from our living room was not what we had hoped for, but it has become our reality. I know it's challenging and frustrating at times, and I thank each and every one of you for the support and understanding as we navigate together through online learning. In just a few minutes, you will have the opportunity to meet your students' teachers, who are working tirelessly on creating lessons and teaching live on a daily basis. But before we release you, I would like to introduce a few more key people. Our administrative staff, who have helped to hand out computers, troubleshoot technology issues, registered students, and have been available to answer numerous questions. I don't know what I would have done without them. Please welcome our assistant principals. First up, Miss Marianne Mueller.
Good evening. My name is Marianne Mueller, and I'm the Assistant Principal of Instruction. I'm entering my 9th year here as a Lobo, working with the community of La Joya High School. My job is to help teachers and students. And even though this year looks very different, we are still committed, now more so than ever, to providing a great education to all of our students. Thank you for coming this evening.
Thank you, Ms. Mueller. Next, Mr. Joseph Williams.
Good evening. I'm Joseph Williams, and this is my 2nd year here at La Joya High School. I am your principal for athletics, activities, and facilities.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. We have 2 new additions to our Lobo pack. First, Ms. April Beck.
I'm April Beck. I'm the assistant principal over registration and attendance. We have an amazing group of counselors, and I'd like to introduce them. Our lead counselor is Paula Oxford, and our counseling team is broken down by students by last name and by grade level. So for our 9th and 10th grade students with last names A through GR, they will have Peter Perez as their counselor. He also helps with students that are English language learners in 9th and 10th grade. For last names of GU through T in 9th and 10th grade, we have Paige Nichols. For 9th and 10th grade, last names U through Z. With special populations, we have William Ali. And then for our students in the 11th and 12th grades with the last names A through GA, we have Sean Vandernaut as their counselor. 11th and 12th grade last names GI through PA is Paula Oxford. Last names for 11th and 12th grade, PE through Z, is Brooke Salcido. She also helps students that are English language learners. As the year progresses, if you have any concerns or questions about your students, academics, or with their schedule, please feel free to reach out to our guidance department. I look forward to being part of the Lobos community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Beck. Our newest addition, Dr. William Sorensen.
Hello, Lobo community. My name is Dr. Bill Sorensen, the new assistant principal in charge of discipline here at La Joya, and I'm so grateful to be here. The district has talked about some expectations and some information that they wanted me to share with you regarding our distance learning. The first thing I'd like to say is I'm so grateful to all the students, parents, guardians, and community members that have been working hard to make distance learning great for our kids. So I appreciate that. The first thing I'd like to talk about is student expectations and the concept of behavior expectations in this online world. And it really doesn't change much. If you're in that classroom, we're still expecting you to behave as if you are on campus and receiving face-to-face instruction. For instance, we want to avoid any sort of distractions, which means close your social media, make sure you only have one window open, or if you have multiple windows, they are used within the context of continuing your academic achievement. Also, try to limit distractions and find a quiet place so you can monotask on what you're learning and really go into deep focus in what you're learning. Next, I like to talk about some learning expectations. Hopefully by now, Our Lobos have learned the different tools that we have that can mute themselves, so that way it can be appropriate audibly for the rest of our students. We are able to show our face and make sure that when you can see our face, there's an added level of accountability that will help our students do well. And that external accountability where you can see other people and still do well knows that you're going to be more engaged in the lesson. We'll also talk about technology expectations. These technology expectations are very similar to what we had. For instance, make sure you treat the laptop or any sort of hotspot that you received with respect, because you're going to want to use that laptop for the rest of the year. Even when and if we come back, we will not be using different computers in computer labs where we share. Students will have their own laptop to use. So we want to make sure that we treat those with care and treat them like they're yours. Also, making sure not to share your password. I know it may be easy and it may be tempting to share your password with other people as you exchange in this online world. Please make sure to keep your password safe. And finally, some interventions that we have. Obviously, teachers can private chat. Teachers may remove a student from a room. We may remove students for an hour or a day or short-term or long-term suspension. So our level of increasing consequences, hopefully to change behavior and create the very best environment for all of our Lobos to learn. So those expectations were from the Tolleson Unified School District, and they wanted to share those things and their best practices for all of our Lobos as we continue on in this online platform. Once again, my name's Bill Sorensen. If you have any questions, my email is william.sorensen@tuhsd.org. So please reach out to me if there's anything I can do for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Sorensen. We know that socialization is a huge part of students' life. With students not able to be on campus, we realize it may cause a change in your students' behavior. We have a social worker and an intervention specialist ready to help and answer any questions or concerns you may have. Please meet our intervention specialist, Ms. Franchelle Huggins.
Hi, parents. I'm Franchelle Huggins, your Community Prevention Intervention Specialist for La Joya. I'm here to provide support for your students in a safe place if they just need someone to talk to. I also have access to grief and loss referrals. We can also provide referrals to counseling services through Touchstone Behavioral Health. And then on campus, virtually right now, of course, we'll be offering support groups. More information to come soon on those support groups. But just remind your students to stay connected to the pack. Stay positive, accountable, connected, and knowledgeable. Go Lobos!
Thank you, Ms. Huggins. Our social worker, Ms. Vanessa Romo.
Welcome, parents and students. I'm Mrs. Romo, social worker at La Joya. I can't believe this is my 23rd year in education and my 7th year at La Joya. As a social worker, I'm here to help support your students' social and emotional needs. An example would be if you're going through a loss of a loved one, personal and family problems, or just need someone to talk to. I'm here to help. If you need extra support, I'm also here to help you with a referral for our counseling program. We have school-based services through Touchstone Behavioral Health. We are partnering with them, and we can definitely help you with that. Support groups are on their way. You can look for support groups as far as anger management or grief and loss are just some examples. So please reach out. You can call, you can text, email me, or you can make an appointment to virtual chat. Again, I'm Mrs. Romo, social worker at La Joya, and thank you and have a good night.
Thank you, Ms. Romo. We also have our amazing SRO, Officer Matthew Gaynor.
Good evening, my name is Officer Gaynor. I'm with the Avondale Police Department, and this is my second year as the school resource officer here at La Joya. Throughout this year, I'll be teaching various law-related courses, as well as ensuring the safety of students and staff while on campus. I hope everybody has a great night, and please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions.
We thank you so much for attending tonight. At this time, please log on to Parent View or Student View for the link to visit your students' teachers. Thank you and have a great night.